Someone said that, like you sent David Beckham like a message or something like that. I said, there's no way Kyle would do something so sickly and like, please,
Wrong.
David, can I wear your shirt?
Didn't send him a
way
message.
do that. No
he
way.
messaged me, which was very nice.
Well, I said
he
you
messaged
do
me.
It, you know. Did
he?
he?
He messaged me. We're back. I'm Kyle Walker.
And I'm Michael Brown.
And you're still in Manchester and I'm still in Milan.
That's incredible. How have I not got out there to come and see you yet? It's not good, is it? But the good thing is everybody can see us. BBC Sounds YouTube channel. It's still on BBC Sounds, just like last season's episode. So all good.
Yeah, and you can actually view us now, which is a lot better, like we said before.
And you can send all your questions in, because we're going to have a question and answer episode every couple as well. So add to that.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
And send your questions in and everything to kyleWalker@bbc.co.uk. I tell you what was good, Brownie. The debut.
I bet it was. I mean, that's a joke, isn't it? Did you wait for it? I mean, it doesn't. You can walk on water. How do you get that as your debut? It's a joke, isn't it? You can't make it up.
To be fair, all of my debuts that I've kind of had have all been quite big. I remember signing for Aston Villa, and the first game I played was Sheffield United in the Cup. And then the next game after that was against Birmingham City. And it kind of just fell on the the big man upstairs wanted me to play in the game. And we nearly got over the line with a good victory. But they scored in the last couple of minutes, and it's kind of a little bit of a sucker punch. And I think we played a really, really good game against a very good Inter team. But probably, just keeping that goal out in the last couple of minutes would have been the icing on the cake. But it wasn't meant to be, and it is what it is. It's football.
I've played in some belting derby games. Hartlepool, where I'm from,
Amazing.
Darlington. I must say, I wouldn't mind fancy playing in Milan derby. That would be good. North London derby, Manchester derby.
Yeah.
And a few
Sheffield.
others.
Don't forget Sheffield.
And a few others, which is comes around very fast. It's a big one in the Championship. What did it feel like different? Because we have it in this country, which we know, and we always look to other countries and go, I wonder what that was like. Anything you could sort of go, right, that was something I didn't expect.
Well, it's funny because the last time that I actually played at the San Siro, I went in net. So to then go back and actually play as a right back was fantastic. To actually play at the San Siro as a right back.
Did you have some gloves in your bag just in case?
I packed them just in case,
Perfect.
just in case it was needed. No, but listen, I think for the AC fans to obviously have the majority of the stadium, it was fantastic. It was fantastic for a derby. There's not much bigger than playing in a Milan derby. And as I said before, I was just a little bit gutted at the end because we didn't get over the line with the 3 points. But it was an experience, and what a way to start, my AC Milan journey.
Do you know what? I've obviously played in certain games, and people who've been at the club start to explain what the derby's like, what happens here, have some composure. He'll try and do this, the crowd do that. Was anyone leading you in, or do you feel like you have a persona anyway where they're just sort of going, on you go and do it? Like any of the players, the manager obviously gives tactics and remits, but any players getting involved regards to what it was going to be like?
No, I mean, there's the senior players in the dressing room that are, geeing everyone up and, getting the blood going a little bit. But I kind of, with me, it's not just another game because it's a derby, and especially to the fans, it means a lot more than just another game. How passionate the people are here, the fans are here, is incredible. They live, breathe and eat football, that's just their life. And, everyone here, from the staff at the training ground to the people at the ground to even just walking around and being around the place, they've been absolutely class with me. As I said before, my Italian is not the best, so be patient with me. But
It's not the best. It's not the best.
It's terrible.
Not non-existent.
It's woeful. But I'm trying and I'm learning, and I want to learn because I think it's important. I've come to to Italy to have an experience, and I think it's important that you learn the language. I think English people sometimes become a little bit arrogant with expecting everyone to speak English all the time. So I'm
Don't
trying to
look at
learn that
me.
language.
You look at me there.
No, I just think in general, you just
No, I know what you mean.
automatically think that people are going to speak English. You go into hotels, you go to restaurants, but here, I think it's a good thing that, they do speak Italian, and not many people do speak, fluent English, which I think is good, and it's something that, people need to adapt to if they come into their country.
I know what's strange. When you're playing such a big game like that, you like to find out early. A lot of managers sort of wait until the day or an hour and a half before. But did you have plenty of time knowing that you were ready and you were going to be going?
Well, I had a good week of training. The only thing, as you know, as a player, that you can train and do all the runs, all the treadmills, all the fitness things you want to, but until you get into that game, you can't ever replicate it. Just the adrenaline, the emotion that's going through your body. You can't ever get that match fitness without playing games. So I knew that I had to obviously start somewhere. Looking at it, was I thrown in the deep end? Because a couple of days after that we played Roma, so probably definitely two of the top teams in Italy I've come up against, but I felt that I did well. Obviously not winning the game against Milan, but getting to the semi-finals against Roma, I think was a massive. It was a massive game and very important for this club.
You know what? Looking at normal routines and stuff, but in another country, I bet you couldn't have your normal setup, or like what you have to eat the night before, when you get up because you're in a hotel, when it's a home game. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? Because all those environments, those little bits of change, do test you out. Sometimes you don't sleep as well when you've got a big game. I don't know what you think, whether it's the same, but I just feel at times the emotions are different. And you also know you haven't played for a while. Your training's been a bit disjointed because you had to move to a new club, and psychologically you got to get ready, and that's such a massive one to walk into.
Yeah, I mean, even the start of the day when you wake up and you go into the training ground. Obviously, at City, when I first signed there, that was something that Pep Watt liked to do. If it was a Champions League game or a night game, he would get you in. We'd do a little bit of a training session in the morning, then have a nap in the afternoon in the bedrooms upstairs. But the manager here, we went in. So it was kind of going back in time a little bit where, but that's just his way and what he wants to do, and you have to respect that. So it was a long day building up to it, but they've got the bedrooms there. I managed to get my head down for, an hour or so in the afternoon, and then it was game time.
Mega that though, innit? I was sat watching and I was like, oh, come on, you got to hold on. But, you felt the pressure was increasing, and then,
Yeah.
imagine.
They're always them top teams, and especially Italian teams. They're very regimental. It's a very man for man game here, which I've noticed. Probably it's not at the standard, I'd say. This is my personal opinion of the Premier League. But there is still some fantastic players and good players in this league that can, hurt you at decisive moments. And to play a team like Inter, you have to understand that this was the team that was in the Champions League final 2 seasons ago. If you're up for more insight, analysis and stories from the game, look no further than the Football Daily Podcast. Daily episodes cover all the latest news from the Premier League, EFL and European football, plus there's interviews with big names from across the footballing world. Subscribe and listen now on BBC Sounds.
I mean, that shirt, just put it on, it's iconic, isn't it? The players who've played in it, and then all of a sudden you're there putting on.
Yeah,
what number is it? What number?
Just 32, just what
32
Beckham wore. Yeah, what Beckham wore. Yeah.
Someone said to me, right, someone said that, you sent David Beckham like a message or something like that. I said, there's no way Kyle would do something so sickly and please,
wrong,
David, can
wrong.
I wear your shirt?
Didn't send him a
way
message.
Do that. No
he
way.
messaged me, which was very nice.
Well, I said
he
you
messaged
wouldn't do
me.
It, Did
yeah,
he?
He messaged me.
Oh, the thing is, though, is you wouldn't have seen it till about 4 weeks after you signed for the club then, did you not? That's normally your turnaround, is it not?
I had a few messages.
Did you?
But he didn't message me directly. He messaged me through Instagram. So the
Bex
people
did.
that run the Instagram told me, and he said, I think you probably should reply to this message.
Imagine Bex had got the old cold shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, no, he
No,
wasn't.
you're very good to be fair on your phone, aren't you? You're quite good at replying, aren't you?
No, and you're not that great as well. You've been slacking recently. I don't know if it's because I'm not around the corner, but you've not been brilliant on your phone recently. But I'll let you off.
Shall we turn this into our phone conversations?
No, definitely not. Let's get back to football.
So you get football.
Yeah. So listen, I took
good luck messages. You said there was any more. Was there any more good luck messages that you got that was memorable from a family friend or former player or teammate or something that stood out? Was there like a bit of advice? I remember leaving Man City. And Mike Summerby, who's a City legend, his son, Nick Summerby, I played with, he sent me a message and he gave me some advice about something. And it was like, it was stuck with me forever. Do you know, one of those moments, just that little...
Do you want to tell us, or
thing.
are you just going to leave us on a cliffhanger? Is it personal?
Oh, no, it wasn't really personal. He actually said, and now I work for Man City doing all the commentary, he said, whatever you do, if you score...
Yeah.
Do not celebrate against your team. And I know it sounds simple, but I actually scored and we won 1-0 at the weekend, Sheffield United v Man City, which I probably mention in every episode of this podcast, but I'll just keep mentioning it again just in case. And obviously it's about respect and not upsetting anyone, or someone else said something like, you know, take your first pass, or make sure you don't get too tight, or just give yourself a bit of time. Was there anything in any particular? Because this is a different type of game.
I got messages from, you know, everyone that is in my close circle, or, you know, Ron Reed, who was my
youth team, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was the...
Ron Reed was the academy manager.
Academy manager, sorry. Yeah, he was the academy manager, Ron Reed. He messaged me. We still keep in contact now, and that's, you know, 17 years on.
Let's get Ronnie Reed on.
Yeah, Ronnie Reed on the show. No, but it was, you know, little things like that. It goes a long way. And I made sure, I had a few messages, and I made sure that I replied to each and every one of them, you know, individually, not just a token gesture, copy and paste, because Dave took the time to message me, and, you know, it means a lot. It means that, you know, they're thinking about me and they're wanting me to do well.
Honestly, I could start crying. Honestly, so nice, isn't it? Hey, so nice of you. Everyone got an individual message.
It took me about an hour, but I had nothing else to do, so I just
you obviously sat at the hotel, aren't you?
Yeah.
You get some replies out.
Yeah.
It's not the best stadium, is it, though, San Siro?
You can see it from here. They put us in a nice little room. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I can see it from here.
Can't wait to
It's not bad, is it?
No, I want to go.
Well, you just come out, mate.
Because it was your home game as well, wasn't it? So that must be a better scenario, because it's full of AC fans.
And then the home dressing room. So at AC, if you ever want to go and do the tour at the Milan, at the San Siro, you'll see that the dressing room, so our dressing room is our dressing room, and the Inter Milan's dressing room is our physio room. But obviously it's got the pictures of them in the dressing room, in the physio room. And then they just do it roles reverse when obviously they're playing at home. So their dressing room is their dressing room, and our change room is their physio room.
When you put that shirt on, what did you know, like, believe, like, you just see one over your shoulder?
You look at the players that have played, like Maldini, Nesta, Shevchenko, Pirlo, all of these great players that we watched growing up, because the Italian league was the one where all the big names went to, you know, back in the day. And to actually put it on and walk out onto the San Siro and think, okay, you know what, you've actually got this famous red and black stripes on you now. It was a great feeling. Walker.
Best bit where? Do you know, like, what was the bit that sunk in and you've gone, because, you know, for you, because yes, like I said, you don't get excited.
Yeah.
What bit of walking in the line, the kickoff, what was the goal? What was it?
I think it was probably the goal. And then obviously you go to half time and then you sat there reflecting. I'm sat there looking around and it's like,
we're winning.
I mean, well, we're winning 1-0, but I'm all right. I'm actually in a different dressing room now. You know, I'm not looking to the left of me and seeing Stonesy, who sat there for me for the last 7-8 years. You know, I'm looking around and I'm seeing different faces. But that was the moment that it probably sunk in, or it hit home that, you know, all right, you've got a different chapter to explore. And I was buzzing, obviously, to go in 1-0 up, but That was probably the moment I thought, okay, it's happening. You know, something's different now.
You pinch yourself, don't you? Do you know, like, to be in that position? Imagine everybody as a youngster growing up to play football. There's special moments like that, which I don't know. I remember I used to like the first game of the season. You know, where you were back on and you were there because you've missed it. You'd had a full summer, but that feeling like walking out. I mean, it's just an amazing, iconic setting, that, isn't it, for your debut? I mean, don't
Yeah,
get any better.
it's brilliant, and they're, like you've just said, they're the moments that you do pinch yourself. And being a kid from Sheffield, coming from my estate, to think that I'm now living in Milan and playing for AC Milan. If you told me that at 7 years old when I first, signed for Sheffield United, I'd have said you absolutely bar me. But football brings you strange and wonderful things, and this is an opportunity that I'm really excited about, and I want to fully appreciate the moment, because even though I am, I still feel good, I still feel like I can give a lot more into football. It's not going to last forever, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that they've gave me.
Do you know, like, the fans? They look like they do it a little bit different, don't they? Do you know, like, the songs, the mannerisms,
Yeah.
their approach? Like, are they as friendly? Are they different? Are they more confident? Or is it a bit of a mix? You know, like, you see certain games you go to in England, but what does it feel like? Obviously, you've played a lot of international football, Champions League,
Yeah.
etc. But when you're
Well, here
playing
they've
for
got
them, is it
the
different?
ultras, and obviously the fans with the microphone, and it's kind of the orchestra. He's conducting the fans and the chants and everything like that. But you can just see the passion from everyone, that's been here. You walk around and everyone just says, how much they love AC, and everything like that. So you can really see, especially, when this great club's gone and won the Champions Leagues and the trophies that they had done. I really want to be a part of that. I mean, if you win something in this city, you're going to be a legend and walking around like a king.
It'd be mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
mad if because obviously they're hurt and you're not getting the results you would expect, obviously Champions League and things like that. So the pressure starts to mount like every football club, doesn't it? That they want
No,
results and
of
quite
course.
demanding at a massive club like that. I mean, the demands are very, very high.
Yeah, they need to be high as well. And I said it to the lads actually in a meeting that, when the fans are booing or the fans are showing, whistling or jeering you or whatever they may be doing, take that as motivation. Take that as, I'm at a club and it's a big club, and certain results that we've had this season aren't acceptable. To wear this shirt, I see it as a complete honour. If you was playing for a lesser team, the fans wouldn't be booing or whistling you because there wouldn't be expectations of you. But take this, as a little bit of a challenge to yourself, that when they are booing and jeering and doing whatever they're doing, they expect more, and you need to expect more from yourself as well.
What was the, like the manager in that situation? So it was a late goal, wasn't it? And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh no, what's he going to be like? Because it's a different approach. You've not had him. Language barriers.
Yeah.
Understanding everything what he has. Because I've been in dressing rooms where you're like, certain managers want you to react, so they sort of bounce one off you. Others don't say anything. Others just go for everyone straight off. They don't need anything to react. And what was sort of the approach and the balance like? Do you know, like afterwards, do the players all get involved, or do they just stay quiet when it's a
No,
late
but
goal?
there's been certain results or certain games this season that we know we've dropped below standard. So there has been meetings, there's been talks between the lads and the manager on what we can do better, what we need to do better, and what we should be doing better. He's very, we call it, so he's not the gaffer. It's now
What's he called?
Mister. So you call him Mister.
No way.
Yeah, so it's the
What
Mister
was he
now.
giving? Like, missed that.
Yeah, Mister. So the Mister now, like, he's so passionate. And
Did you start like? Do you know when you started calling Mister? You're thinking, is this right? Do you know, like you're waiting for everyone else, or you? But you can't. Does he speak much English anyway? You go, like, Mister.
no,
You
so
know, like,
I Fikayo Tomori, bless him. Not patronising him there when I'm saying bless him, but he's helped me massively. He's Italian, he's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And I have to sit next to him in meetings or when we're in the huddle before the training, the manager's explaining the training session, and he's just whispering in my ear, obviously, everything that he's saying. But I think the only way that you're going to learn the language is if you just keep hearing people speak. You keep hearing the same little phrases and stuff like that. And okay, when he's speaking on the board and he's moving the markers and everything like that, and you're seeing when he's moving the pen and, doing the video, everyone speaks football. So I kind of get it. But obviously when he's doing his team talks before we go to the game and trying to, obviously get us going, Fick's always whispering in my ear and telling me what he's saying.
He could easily do you over, couldn't he?
Yeah,
imagine me telling you.
Like, imagine
I'd
me
be like,
doing that to
go
someone.
and say that. Oh, man, you'd be crying, wouldn't you? You'd be like saying, oh, he's just said that. You got to get tight. Or why aren't you doing that? Ask him that.
I'd probably tell him the complete opposite. And have a little chuckle to myself. The shoulders would be going. No, but he's not, to be fair. He's not, to be fair. He's very good. No.
And it must be like one of those, how do you react back to it? And like, it's still going on, and managers looking at you thinking, what's he telling him? I'd struggle with it, mate, when everyone's having a go and you're staying quiet, wondering what's going on.
But it's hard because a lot of the lads in the dressing room do speak English. So when we're in the dressing room, it's English with a little bit of Italian dropped in here, there, and everywhere. But then obviously the manager speaks in Italian, and then I have to go to Fick and stand on his right shoulder, and he just whispers into my left ear. So it's a balance. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the culture, and I'm liking it out here. Every episode this season, we're going to discuss a milestone from my career or the Carlstone.
So this week, as the Milan Derby is such a big game and watched all around the world, I wanted to ask you about your first big game on TV.
My first big game on TV.
What was it? Do you remember? One of your debut games?
I'm going to... I don't... Oh, really not the Carl.
You've just knocked the mic over. These are brand new, these, mate. Be careful, yeah? Are you nervous?
Sorry about that. Like the first time that I can remember myself on TV was obviously the first not Premier League game, but a game that I played for Northampton, which was against Oldham. So I went back, obviously going fast forward and rewind and all of that, and I actually got someone sent off. Well, he made his second yellow on me in a challenge. I was very nervous after that game going in the dressing room, but I had Bayo and Leon
did he elbow you?
Next to me, so. Anyway. No, he didn't elbow me. I think it was just like a late tackle on the right hand side, and he got his second yellow.
Do you know when you started off like that and you see it, and then you're thinking, right, well, I'm going to watch it. You're conscious. Do you know, does your body language change because the cameras are there? Like, I remember when I first started thinking, well, that camera's there, so you're going to be more accountable. Now, you know, it is different, isn't it? Because it's just a non-negotiable. Look at us now doing this podcast, and you've got 10 of them all around you. But when you first started playing in those early games, there wasn't that much around. So did you watch it back? Do you remember seeing yourself and your mates, look, I'm on the TV?
Yeah.
Match of the day? Or
You always used to go for Match of the Day, didn't you? You always used to look on Match of the Day. And
Northampton were on every week, weren't they? Match of the Day.
Probably the last game, wasn't it? You had to go on the football show. You had to remember they wake up in the morning.
3 in the morning to go
Sunday
watch.
morning, to watch that. No, but when I remember, obviously, Match of the Day, you always watch. You've scored a lot more goals than me, but you tend to watch your good games rather than your bad games, don't you? Can you remember your first TV game, or was the TV still in black and white?
What, when I played?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question now. Can you remember your first televised game?
So you remember, right? I'm going to hold this iPad up, right? The TV was about that big, right? And then you actually used to like turn the thing like this, like the radio used to, and then you'd turn, and then like BBC would finally just drift in through the crackles. Then it was like black and white. And I remember I could just get a little bit of sound and a scene myself, but I didn't know obviously what colour shirt I was playing or anything because it was all black and white. But yeah, I
remember
my friend. I mean, how old do you think I am, by the way? I wasn't that bad. You actually taking it literally that I was playing in black and white.
How old are you?
Me now, 41. Going really well.
No, you're not.
Plus,
No, you're not. He's lying again. What are you, 46?
39 plus VAT.
Plus that. Okay, a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a VAT, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can't get away from it, mate. VAT is there. If you
No,
take it away,
always.
it looks good, doesn't it?
Right. Everything
I'm
looks
not
good about
promoting
that, doesn't it?
taking away VAT where not needed, but there you go. So you've been on TV quite a few times. It started off Northampton. You got someone double yellow card, and he'd still be looking for you.
Yeah. Sorry, I apologise.
Also, another Kyle Stone for the podcast. So notably, what we've took from this episode, the Milan Derby, is special. I'm going to ask you this as well. Is it better than the Manchester Derby? Tough one to end on, isn't it, the episode?
No, they all have different meanings. They all have different meanings. How can I say one's better than the other? I played in a North London derby.
Already.
No, but I played in a North London derby. But as daft as it sounds, in England especially, I thought that Tottenham v West Ham, I didn't know if you felt that, was
massive.
It felt more passionate than the Tottenham v Arsenal for me when I was
different. They're different. They're all different, aren't they?
It just felt more. But then when I played for City, obviously the Manchester derby is a big to get the bragging rights. But for the rivalry that we had with Liverpool at that period of time, I always felt that that game was the one that I looked forward to probably more than the Manchester derby.
Well, we're on it again, aren't we? It always comes back down to derby games all around again. We've done episodes on it, which you can listen in the first series, the derby games episode. Big talking points about how you take them and how you approach them. But we'll have to leave it there, Kyle.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Arrivederci.
You forgot something, Kyle. You've got to remember, if you've got a question that you've got to ask,
sorry.
you've got to write into the email address. You know now. Come on,
So
you're presenting
guys.
this now. You're running this
Here we
show.
go, guys. It's time of the show where I have to ask or tell the listeners if you've got any questions or you'd like to leave a comment, please email carlwalker@bbc.co.uk and send in your questions and your comments or whatever you like to say to us, and we can put it on the show, or questions that you want to ask me.
And don't forget, and if you're not obviously sort of watching, you're available to watch on BBC Sounds on the YouTube channel.
Smashed it out of the park, Brownie. Well done, mate.
Brilliant.
Well done, bro.